The Franklin County Dog Shelter, it is back open tonight, and they are adopting dogs out after that distemper outbreak that led to the euthanization of dozens of dogs.
NBC4's Beth Del Ponte has been following this story. She's live tonight at the shelter with more on how they plan to move forward and how the staff is doing after really, Beth, what turned out to be a difficult time for all of them.
Most definitely a very busy day here at the shelter, Colleen. They opened back up for adoptions at 11 a.m. and now we have this. It all coincides with a national campaign to raise awareness for those dogs who didn't make it out of the shelter. And that campaign is Remember Me Thursday. So it just so happened that this day fell on the same day that the shelter back had opened up at 11 a.m. You can see live here a large number of people who have gathered both for a vigil to remember those dogs who didn't make it out of the shelter, but also for a protest. They are upset about how this whole entire distemper outbreak was handled.
We want people to come out and see the next new member of their families.
The Franklin County Animal Shelter is back open tonight, and adoptions are underway.
It's happy for dogs and it's happy for people, both the public coming in and certainly within the shelter, the staff and volunteers. We've missed seeing people come in and make that connection.
The shelter was closed for nearly 2 weeks because of the distemper outbreak. 84 total dogs were euthanized because of the highly contagious virus. There were some accusations that the shelter wasn't handling the situation properly and was putting down too many dogs.
All that is certainly understandable, and we understand we're not the only ones grieving, that there are people in the community that are grieving as well.
Director Don Winstall says changes are in the future for the shelter. He says most likely a review of infectious disease protocols will begin next week.
I guess what I'm thinking of is more just reaching out and finding out how to manage the shelter better. Not that it was being managed poorly, but we've already been hearing from colleagues in several places across the country, and they've been offering their assistance and support.
In the meantime, he says their dogs are safe to adopt.
I think that the dogs right now have been more closely scrutinized for medical conditions than you would find at any shelter in the country.
As you can see, back out here live again, a lot of people gathering here expressing their upset for how the distemper situation was carried out here at the shelter. A lot of people saying that many dogs did not have to be euthanized. Certainly an issue that will continue. You heard from the director himself saying that change is in the works here at the shelter. In the meantime, the adoptions continue. There's a vaccine clinic that'll be held this Saturday. That's from noon until 3:30 so that dogs can come and protect themselves from parvo and distemper, and that's for $5. So a lot still happening out here live at the shelter tonight. For now, though, back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Beth. And we've been following this story every step of the way to see all the reporting we've done since the beginning of the distemper outbreak. And for future updates as well, just head to NBC4i.com.